up, guys? I'm back. Ask C. Roy. It's been a little while. My apologies. Just getting over a cold. I've been really busy at the gym here, but I want to get right back into this because the last time I put a post on Facebook asking for questions, I got a ton of awesome questions, and I promise I'm going to get to every single one of them. So I'm actually going to answer 2 questions today. The first one's real quick. It's real easy, and it's perfect timing. Considering the time of year and the fact that I've had a cold for the last week. So one question comes from my man Mike, and he asked me about training with a cold. Should you train when you have a cold? There's a lot of things people say. You can sweat it out, and you'll feel better. So I'm actually going to just speak from personal experience on this. I've done 0 research on this. I have 0 scientific data or true facts proven by science, anything like that. This is strictly C. Roy science. This is a rule I've applied my whole life for the better part of the last 10 years in training and everything. So when you have a cold, my golden rule is if it's above the collarbone, then you're good to go. Meaning, if your nose is just stuffed up or runny, you're sneezing, maybe your head's just really congested, and it's above the shoulders, you're good to go. If it's below the shoulders and it's in your chest, you're coughing up phlegm, your chest is real tight, that's a no-go, man. You wanna rest. You wanna take it easy. Because if it gets into that chest, man, it can progress into like upper respiratory infections. It can progress into pneumonia, bronchitis. So you gotta be careful when that shit starts to get into your chest. So golden rule: above the collarbone, you're good to go. Below the collarbone, rest. Take it easy. So that's easy. It's quick and it's perfect because I'm just getting over a cold. It was above my head for the first couple days, and then I started feeling it going in my chest a little bit. I took it easy, rested, took a few days off from training, and I kicked it pretty quickly. So that's always worked for me. Like I said, it's not proven by science or anything. It's a rule that I followed. So it's C. Roy science. Feel free to give it a try if you want. The next question I want to answer, the more in-depth question I'm going to get into today, comes from Diane. Diane asks, if you want to lose inches but only have 15 to 20 minutes a day to train, what do you recommend? It's a good question. It brings up a point that I want to make. Now, I'm not saying there's nobody out there that's pressed for time. I know that there are some super busy people out there, and I know that finding the time to train can be tricky. However, I have worked with some extremely successful people, and they have always made the time to train. Not saying that every day they can make the time to train, but over time, the majority of the time, they make the time to train. Something that always stuck with me, something that I learned from Bobby Maximus. He's the GM and training director in Salt Lake City, Utah, of a facility called Jim Jones. Repping Jim Jones right now, actually. But he made this point one time. He would tell people that told him that they didn't have time to train, he would tell them to do 10 burpees every time they checked a social media account. And when you do that, you'd be shocked how much time you actually do have to train. Those 10 burpees, you find out just how much time you accumulate over the course of the day doing things that you wouldn't think take up so much time. So try that. Do 10 burpees every time you check a social media account, and you'll be shocked how much time you actually accumulate. But to answer the question, if we only have 15 to 20 minutes a day to train, your options are very limited. Obviously, if you only have that much time, you probably don't have time to commute to a facility like a gym or something to train. So really, you're gonna need something that you can just do in your house or even do at work on your break, which will get tricky, especially, I don't know, if you can't get sweaty or whatnot, I don't know. So, you'll have to apply it to your particular situation. But if I only had 15 to 20 minutes a day to train, I'm gonna grab a stopwatch and I'm gonna do some interval-based work, man. Pick 4 to 6 exercises, depending how much time you have, and just start doing some interval work. 30 seconds work, 30 seconds rest. You can do 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. You can do Tabata style, which is 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Just picking different exercises and getting as much work in as possible in a short amount of time. So for example, so you can kind of see what this looks like. I'll pick 5 exercises. For lower body, I'll do some lunges or some air squats. For upper body, I'll do some push-ups. For core, I'll do some sit-ups. For cardio, I'll do some jumping jacks, and then for a full body, wrap everything into one, we'll do some burpees. So we got 5 exercises. I'm gonna do 30 seconds work, 30 seconds rest of the first one. Do that 2 times in a row. Then we'll go right to the second exercise. 30 seconds work, 30 seconds rest. Do that 2 times. Go right to the next exercise. 30 seconds work, 30. And I'm gonna try to accumulate as many reps as possible in those 30 seconds. And like I said, you can play around with the interval structure. There's 30-30, 40-20, 20-10. You could do fucking 35-25 if you want. It doesn't matter. But do them all to keep it interesting. If you're that limited on time, your options are going to be limited. So that's the best thing you can do training-wise. To really get the full effect, though, if you're so limited on the training side of things, your nutrition has got to be on point. If you're wanting to lose inches and you can't train a lot, your nutrition has to be pristine. There's really no room for error on that side of things if you cannot devote more time to training. Even if you can devote a lot of time to training, nutrition is still a majority of the game. So even when you cut away all that training time, it just makes it that much more important. Which is perfect because the next video I'm going to be releasing is going to be the one about nutrition. So definitely look out for that. It'll be filled with knowledge bombs and really point in the right direction. So look out for that coming soon. If you found this video helpful, like it, comment on it, share it with your friends, tell them about it, tell them about the channel, and let's get this thing going. Most of all, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me, especially if you want to be a healthy, jacked, badass